Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WCA qualifier. With me is Blay, and my name is Dabu TV, aka Dabu. And yeah, the first map was a real thriller. Again, we had the first map end in an overtime, and now we are going to see Train, a map that Signature has chosen, and they won the first map. We accidentally switched up the score to test you if you have really watched the game or not. But now we are headed into the second map, so Signature is probably the favorite now. I mean, they were before, but now that they won the scary first map, they should be the real favorites. Yes, Blay says yes, and I just realized he's still lost in conversation somewhere else, but he's gonna join us shortly. In the meantime, we are going to see the knife round, which is going to be really important, especially for MVP Project. I think they could pull off a good CT side, but for that, they need to win the CT pistol, the CT knife, and of course they do so. And it seems like Blay is back. Yeah.
What did I miss?
You missed the knife round. It was quite a whitewash for MVP.
Oh, alright.
So they can start on the CT side, which was my hope at least, because yeah, I always hope for third maps. I always hope for the longest possible series.
Alright, let's see. Yeah. Let's see what MVP Project are going to bring out here on their city side. Excuse me. They do have the one kit on Zine, one nade, and for the T's here, there's one thing which has become kind of predictable if you ask me on Train. When most of the T's, they just go for that one Molotov buy and they try to go for the inner bomb plan and try to use the Molotov to delay the bomb plan. And the CTs usually buy at least one or two smokes in order to use it to, to extinguish the flame, so to speak. But this time around, I don't think either teams are going to be going for that particular play. Argency opening things up early on. Great headshot on QQ God.
Yeah, now the terrorists are rotating as well as the CTs. That looked really funny, as if the CTs were running away from the terrorists. And they in fact were, just to stop them in their tracks. Madness unleashes some madness on the CTs with one frag, and Zephyr and HSK down to 4 and 10 HP. I don't know how they still stay alive, but Cigarette will finally get himself a kill, as well as a wallbang by Madness, finding Zephyr. It's a 3v2 now. The CTs still have to rotate. At least they have the defuse kit on sign, but I think he would prefer the armor and picking up a defuse kit on the way to the site at the moment.
And I have no clue where the bomb plant is happening. They still think it's an outer plant. This is great play coming up. And Zine, he's going to get the one kill, but now they realize the bomb is in a bomb site. HSK just on 10 points of health. And the bomb has been ticking away for quite a while right now, and they know they have no time whatsoever to go for this. Zine's still going to try and do something, I guess, but yeah, no chance. They're just going to fall back, just trying to hold on to this kit and this nade, which he has.
They don't even join each other. They don't even help each other. Oh, Zine with a good frag. But yeah, I mean, HSK could have helped his teammate at least.
Yep, and yeah, that's a great fake. I mean, the fact that they got in a outer side control, and then they had a C4 lurking around in bathrooms, if I'm not mistaken. And then he got the call from his teammates. Hey, both the guys are, I think they've bought the fake and just got the bomb down. The Signature playing it to perfection. Although they were 2 men down early on in that round, but now MVP Project, the fact that lost around, is going to go with his force buy, and Tor doesn't give a damn. He's going to get the opening kill on his Zephyr, but Argency replying back with a great shot with the scout. So 1-for-1 trades here, but Signature with the Mac 10s and the P90 rushing out now to bomb side. It's going to be tough for the CTs to hold on here.
Yeah, if not impossible. I mean, if Argency gets another tag here or there and the pistols come into play, well, as we see, they can pull it back. Cigarette shuts him down with the Mac 10. The G's come into play as Madness picks up another frag. It's Rinder with the Galil he picked up. He can fight his way out of there. 35 on Giggs. That's not a that's not a lot of HP. Madness goes down as well, and Giggs has to play the time now. He he does so.
And Rinda looking a little out of sorts there in the end. He could have potentially clutched it. He had a kit as well from the previous round. I think he picked it up from his teammate. And I think the last man, I think that was Giggs, with just on 35 points of health. But they're going to be able to hold on here. Excuse me, an MVP project should be going for the full eco here. And Signature, once again, they're going to be going for the drive-bys. 3 Mac-10s coming out this time around. And yeah, this should just be a slaughterfest here. It should be an easy drive-by shooting for the Thai.
Yeah. And getting some more money on the unarmored CTs. And the only one that could put up some resistance is Sign, but he's on the wrong bomb side. His teammates are already getting killed one by one. Nobody's really able to help each other out. The angles weren't really the best ones, and Signature is going to slice them apart. 3-0 on the T side. That's a really good start for them.
Yeah, and 4 kills with the Mac-10s as well, so there's gonna be easy SMG money coming out for for Signature. The money still not that great. It did come down to the wire a couple of those rounds earlier, but the fact that they kept everyone alive in the previous round really gonna be helping them out. They're gonna be, of course, going for the AKs coming out. Tor still willing to stick it out with the Mac-10. I don't know if you're facing some ping spikes here. I'm getting lots of losses on my Go TV. Some lag, I guess, coming out.
No, I didn't experience any lags yet.
Alright, might be my
but
internet.
I keep an eye out.
So Signature just going for this in a bomb play, but it looks at things. All 4 members, they still have the one man lurking near Pop Dog.
Yeah, they just need to gather some information on how the CTs play. It's really important to find out, is the B player going aggressively? Is he falling back a lot? Is he calling in for an early rotation? How do the guys on the A bomb side behave? And Signature is trying to probe in there. They go for the full B execution in the first rifle round just to see how things will go. If they are successful, everything's good. If they are not successful, they at least found some information on how the CTs behave. And Sign is almost burning alive. 4 HP, somehow stays there and picks up another frag onto Giggs. That's really not how it should have worked. But the terrorists are pulling it back. Cigarette with a triple kill. Argency left on 51. Finally gets rid of him. But QQ and Tor can hold on to the bomb that's ticking away slowly but surely.
And Tor with an Uzi. Long distance battle here. Kind of risky, but QQ God's going to make his life much more easy by taking out Argency. It's going to be Rinda all alone here. And it's going to be QQ God shutting things down over there. And Zion staying alive for so long. Very surprising. And just keeping one man inside the site to hold it down. I mean, you need a player like Taz to shut it down over in the inner bomb side all alone. And right now, MVP Project 4-0-4 down. Zafak and HSK still to get off the mark. And this is not looking very pretty for MVP Project.
Not at all. My hope for them to get back and force us to a third map is sailing away into the sunset with that start on the CT side. I expected a little more. I hoped for more. You know, getting themselves 5 rounds before the Tails can reply. So
sailing away into the sunset. You're a very poetic man. I think there's a soul for poetry.
Funnily enough, if I talk German, I sound like, a bad word. Like, smelling feces.
I think it's alright. I don't think, this isn't Dota where you might get fired or kicked out by Valve.
I don't want to risk it.
Fair enough, I mean.
Nah, but English brings out those very picturesque analogies.
That's what we love as well. Trying to wax elegant and trying to be poetic over a game where 10 people try to shoot each other.
Yeah, and a game that's not particularly beautiful.
And look at MVP Project going out for the 2 big guns coming out. HSK and Zefak with the Opus. A dual op setup. We haven't seen this at all from the Koreans on Mirage at all. And Train, of course, is a map which, has been traditionally or historically a very op-friendly map. But this new Train in particular, I don't know. I mean, long alleyways, but many tight corners as well. So let's see what they can pull off. Signature spreading themselves a little thin, trying to peek and prod, trying to find out what's going to happen. And MVP Project, they play this very passively. They got a double man stack. They got Zefak and Rinda over in Ivy, over near Ivy. And there was a man in the Cigarette, but he's going to fall all the way back. And Signature, they're taking it slow. They have enough Molotovs, like 4 Molotovs and 4 smokes to play with if
Nice
they whichever.
fake. Sorry, but
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
fake there. Oh, that doesn't really... My
think
map
they're
is
just
broken, so I can't draw it for the viewers, but they just faked to go into drop, so the CTs instantly reacted by some nervous movements around the map. Now they are falling back into the default positions, but Project is really unaware of what's going to happen and what's going to hit them. And it's again the B bomb set that's going to be attacked. The terrorists are opening it up, even though HSK is closing it out quite quickly. Madness is flashing himself through the smoke, tries to capture as much ground as possible, while Argency holds on to at least a connector to give his teammates a chance to get back into the bomb site. 4v3, and Madness is in between the trains. Just let CAK Recall do its job. 3k for him. Argency alone against 2. And he has to defuse the bomb without smoke, with Thor being on upper and QQ being close on the ramp. It's gonna be really hard for him to even find the frags, and Thor doesn't even let him do that. Signature will win another round, and that Madness.
And Madness went completely mad, went completely ham, the triple kill there. He had no right getting all the 3 kills. And also, if you noticed, Signature walked into the, came into the side with 2 ops facing off against them, and you can make out they have worked on this map. They have things planned on this map. That was a beautiful smoke and Molotov execute there. And just got the 1 kill onto the man who pushed through the smoke. But apart from that, that was a beautiful play coming out from them. They delayed the rotation as long as possible. Madness pushing in deep as well, getting the triple kill.
Yeah.
Beautiful play from Signature. And yep, now you know why these guys chose this map. Great play from them.
They know how to handle it, at least the B bomb site. They didn't really have to show too much on A, but now they might have to. HSK and Sign are just going nuts on the terrorists, cramping them in there and squeezing the life out of the CTs in Pop Dog. HSK picks up the AK to get another kill, and now it's Gigs against the rest of the world. He's not gonna have the bomb with him, so otherwise he would have been able to plant, but that way he's going for the rotation.
That was some unexpected aggression coming out from the Koreans, and that kind of caught Signature off guard, because if you looked at the previous rounds that Signature played, they kind of like spread themselves thin over white halls and brown halls, as well as the bathroom area. And the fact that these guys just pushed in, I think they're pop dog, kind of caught Signature off guard. So nice change of pace coming out from the project, but I'd like to see more of this coming out from them on the buy rounds.
Yeah, Giggs was down to 1 HP and he was waving his mouse angrily, so he knew exactly that it was over at this point. MVP with the first round, and that is what I like about the eco rounds, or about the teams that don't play the eco rounds as if it was a default. They go for those desperate moves, and those moves, they give you those rounds that are just simply amazing to watch. With 2 Mach 7s crunching in on the terrorists from both sides. That's really a rare occasion.
Yeah, and like I said, MVP Project, they need to try doing some of those unexpected plays, like pushing in. Don't give Signature room to breathe. The second you give them, the space to set up whatever set plays they have in mind, it's going to be very, very tough for you to come back. And look at Giggs just spraying through the smoke. This guy's intuition is off the charts. He managed to take down Argency with 6 points of health. Secret's going to find Rinda. Argency's bleeding internally. This is looking again very, 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 very dire indeed for MVP Project. And like I said, once again, they're playing it safe now, and you give space to Signature, they're just gonna whack you at the backside.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. Argency's very low on health. Rinda's down for the count for this particular round. And now Signature once again going for this set smoke and flash strat in the outer yard. And they look like they're going to be going for this A play here. They have a man that is Madness, who has been an absolutely incredible player this map. They're just waiting inside a pop dog to go for to stop any potential flank as well. And they're just 2 players in the outer yard. That is going to be Argency and Zefak. And Zefak's got to go big here with the op.
Oh, he just missed that shot on the terrorist, right? Did he unzoom or what? I don't know, but he was right on him and he didn't pull the trigger. Now the terrorist is about to plant the bomb. Zefak gets tagged down to 48. They're all cuddling. They're all cramped up in the same corner. The terrorists just need to shoot one, and it's like throwing dynamite in a fishbowl. It's just, you know, you just have to hit one and all of them go down. It's still a 3v3 though, and the CTs prove me wrong. It's not a fishbowl at all. Sign and Cigarette go tit for tat. It's a 1v1 and Sign is on the defuse. He might be pulling it out. No, he just avoided it. Ah, Cigarette with a kill in the nick of time. He could have made it. He could have defused the bomb.
And wow, okay, that was chaotic to say the least. And MVP Project. Thing with Signature is even if they're losing a lot of members these rounds, they still have enough money to go for a very comfortable buy. Even if they lose this round, they're going to be able to go for a full buy the next round as well. So MVP Project, man, I mean, we saw how shaky the T side was in Mirage, and the fact that this is a map pick coming up from Signature, I'm not expecting much from their T side. So whatever rounds they can get in the CD side is going to be absolutely essential. And right now, it's looking extremely shaky for the South Koreans. And Signature, though, they're going to charge out and it escape with the swag shot.
It's a max 7.
What is this? What
Are
is
we
this?
back on cobblestone yet? Because I got the feeling they are stronger with max 7s than they are with rifles.
No, this is what MVP Project should try doing on their buy rounds. You know, the second they have guns in their hands, they start playing like, well, if you pardon my language, they start playing like pussies, and they're not taking the risks. And when they are on an eco round with the CZs and the swag 7s and the max 7s and whatnot, they're just destroying Signature. So mix it up a bit, guys. You know it works. A little bit of aggression, a little bit of tempered aggression. You know, just peeking and prodding a little bit, kind of, you know, kind of swamping all over Signature. That's going to prevent them from going for their executes. And once Signature gets their executes going, it's very, very hard to stop them. So look at it once again. Now, once again, they're playing very, very passively, playing very defaultish, which won't work. It's not going to work against these guys. You need to play it more like how we play those eco rounds. Why don't they get this?
Well, they might get it eventually if they watch this, the demo or the VOD, and hear you and I talking about it. But, well, at least Sign gets that first frag. It looks not too bad, but generally speaking, a 7-2 is already as bad as it can get on Train. And with Signature still able to get at least a few frags, even if MVP get this round, they would not have the best time economically. So they really have to bring a few rifles to the next round.
Yep, and Cigarette, he's going to be the lurk guy here. Slowly lurking out, spots out one man. Rinda knows exactly where he is, though, and he has kind of played his hand. Still, they're going to be a little paranoid that there's a man that might be flanking in from Ivy. But
and they are paying so much respect to those guys.
Yep, and Cigarette is just going to take down Rinda there. And now, Signature, 30 seconds remaining on the clock. They got to make this play here. And there's going to be raining smokes out into the outer yard. Zafak's going to get a nice kill in Madness. They still haven't made a play, but look at where Cigarette is. He's going to be taken out by HSK finally. And Giggs and QQ, they're a little too late to the party here. Just a few seconds remaining, and the last one left alive is going to be QQ God. So I think things kind of flipped out of the hands of Signature. They're trying to go for the plan in the bomb side.
He's faking it at 10 seconds, then he gets a frag, he plants the bomb. Yeah, they kind of slowed down a little bit too much, but I don't know if Yuko wouldn't be able to clutch it. He won't, but he had the right idea. The spray transition was quite cool, even though he didn't get the kill.
Yep, so they did manage to get a bomb down once against Signature, but a little surprising. They took a very, very long time to come out to show themselves, and even when they did show themselves, it was, you know, 1 by 1 and was extremely late. And so 7-3 to MVP Project. They finally do manage to make it work, but like I said, they can't rely on this. They cannot rely on just holding, you know, holding for. They need to start dictating the terms of this particular map here, because Signature, they're just gonna happily, you know, do whatever they want right now, just with Tech 9 and armor, and a 1 Deagle on tour.
At the same time, if you look into the second half, and if the CTs have those few rounds in the back that they can use to go for a double save, to save up for double orbs and stuff like that, they don't have too much pressure on them. And that's what MVP really have to work on. They have to get as much pressure up to them in the second half, so that Signature can't take it too easy. And
Absolutely.
That's a good start now with that flawless, at least up to this point, a flawless CT side.
Yep, and they're doing the right thing. They're just holding all the angles, just ensuring Cigarette's not able to flank them from any side whatsoever. And Cigarette, yep, just a Tech 9 armor. 1 minute on the clock. What is he going to do? Probably going to walk all the way around towards CD spawn and Now, if he gets one kill, he'll be lucky, if you ask me. But MVP Project managing to shut things down. But it was, of course, a pretty much an almost an eco round coming out from Signature. They barely had any resources to play with. The thing is, Signature, they have 7 rounds on board already, and once they, get a little bit of more money in the bank and they start getting the resources, they're going to go for those set executes in the outer bomb side, inner bomb side as well, and then it's going to be very, very dicey once again for MVP Project. So they cannot put their foot off the pedal at any time soon.
Yeah, the pressure's definitely up to them. And I just realized, what do you think about the change that you only dropped the most expensive grenade and not all grenades anymore?
I think that's been out for a while now.
Yeah, but I just thought about that while you were talking.
I think it's all right. I think it makes sense because imagine you die and you're gonna drop. You're anyways gonna drop your rifle if you have a rifle equipped, and then you're gonna drop. If you let's say you have all your nades and you drop all 4 nades, I think it might be a little bit too OP. And meanwhile, Zephyr going a little aggressive. Picks up a double kill. That's great, man. That's exactly what MVP Project should be doing here. The triple kill comes in. Argency takes down BNW Gigs. And it's going to be madness all alone here. And that is exactly the sort of play that the MVP Project, sorry, I almost said MVP Carnal there. That's the sort of play they need to start doing here. They need to start going for these peaks. They need to start try dictating the terms of this map. And they need to start taking the fight to Signature. Because Signature, they're already at 7 rounds right now. And any more rounds they get on the T side is going to be bonus for them. So great play from Zephyr, great initiative. But again, a little risky though. He was all alone. If he got picked off, there was no one to trade for him as well.
Yeah, nobody to flash or smoke it off, so the terrorists could have sliced it up and just squeezed themselves in there. And that would have been quite a problem for the CTs, because they didn't really have anyone close to Ivy either.
Absolutely. And the Signature, well, it's the 13th round right now. They should be going for an eco here. So MVP Project have a very good chance right now to string a few more rounds together. They have a lot of money as well. So money is the least of their worries at the moment. They're just looking to make it 8-7 on CD side. Because I have a feeling their T side is going to be facing the wall that is Signature on their CD side.
Yeah, I think the CTs... Still, if you're well trained on the CT side, the terrorists still can come up with a few things that can throw you off, like this full 4-man Ivy push that is just, well, designed to trade frags and do as much economical damage as possible. But yeah, maybe they can grind a few rounds out, but I don't think that it's gonna be 7 rounds. So yeah, they still have a huge mountain to climb, and they need the pistol round, that's for sure. If they don't win the pistol, they're almost out.
Absolutely, and they're trying to sell this fake as hard as they can, because Tor is all by his lonesome near Brown Hall with the C4. Zafak's gonna find another kill. Argency shuts it on Sacred, and now Tor. No, this is gonna be hard for him. There are 2 men waiting for him as well inside the inner bomb side. Zion on top of the train, and Tor is just gonna jump into his crosshair, and there you have it. MVP Project 6-7 here, and they have brought it back pretty impressively. They've won 5 rounds on the trot now, because at one point it looked very, very dire indeed for the South Koreans.
Yeah, I wonder how much information Signature really gathered and how they will use that information in this round, because they should be aware of who's playing how and where. So maybe they can come up with something special here, maybe surprising the CTs with their own trick play. At the moment it's just again, Zephyr is going off like a bomb. They have to get rid of him, that's for sure, and the terrorists are lining up that A-yard play. Tor is there, picking off Zephyr. And Argency is not in the best position. He's left alone. He has to push forward, but Tor somehow spotted him. Raining bullets from above. Cigarette is closing out Rinder, and that's exactly what I was expecting from Signature. Just go in there and find yourself a position that the CTs come from. And yeah, Tor is just wrecking them.
Tor is just rattling shots like a minigun over here. He's going to put out Zion, and a 4th kill from Tor, just raining that down from the heavens. And that's going to be 8-6 Signature. They're just going to get another round on board here. And last one coming out. Money, like I said, the least of MVP Project's worries. They're going to be able to go for a very comfortable full buy. But you got to ask yourself, is this a little too late for them? Because 8 rounds on the T-side on train is something that... I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. Looking at the games we've had today, I think it'd be very wrong of me to be presumptuous about things. But Signature, they're speeding things up a little bit. Zafak's going to take on Gigs.
Again, it's Zafak starting the killing. But QQ got himself a second AWP, and Tor with the retaliation frag. Zephyr catches Madness midair. Good shot by him. 3v3 coming up though, thanks to QQ answering with his own AWP. It's the battle of the snipers. Enemy at the gates. Tor with a second frag of the round. And it's a man advantage. Rindy has a smoke to obscure his vision and barely gets some spray down onto Cigarette. The terrorists have the bomb over at B, and he's gonna be attacked by Zafrak. That's a bomb dropped over at the B bomb site. Zafrak gets another frag onto Cigarette, Signature Cigarette, and QQ is alone inside A.
He's on an ace. That was huge play coming out from Zafrak there, and I think there was a man I think that was Tor who had the C4 and went for the plant, and he went for the plant way before any of his teammates could actually rotate. And that, I think, was a major mistake for him. Because if it got a plant down and he had died there, I think Zephyr could have easily gone for the defuse as well. Because he had a kit and a smoke. And now it's all on QQ God. This guy has been an absolute beast. He's slowly snaking his way through Connector. Trying to use a Molotov to maybe confuse MVP Project. But MVP Project, they're not going to fall for this. Rinda is going to be holding CD spawn. And Zephyr, if he's not careful,
he might run into this opponent's crosshair there.
Rinda heard him. I don't think QQ God's going to be expecting this, and Zephyr just might be able to pull off the ace here. This has been a massive play from him. 13 seconds remaining on the clock. QQ God has got to go for this. Trying to plant. Fake it out. Double fake out.
Oh, fakes it again. Now he has to go for the frag. He somehow survives. Oh,
holy Christ!
That would have been the no-scope of, probably the best no-scope in Asian history so far.
Oh my god, if he had got that shot, so very close. And Rinda kind of whiffing it there.
Yeah, my. Well, at least everyone's staying alive. I don't know where you're coming from, but let me know your country, the country that you're watching from, because this is really interesting. It's 5:30 for me, afternoon. So I think a lot of you, it's already
pretty late
night
over there. Yeah, I think it's like 12 o'clock over in Korea and whatnot. It's still just 9 p.m. for me, not that late in the evening. And to be honest, I've been having a lot of fun today. Great games, absolutely stellar. First time casting with you as well, Dabu, and it's been absolutely fun for me. It's been a fun time. And
I like it a lot as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And these guys have been really giving us a show. But here we go. The pistol round coming out, the second pistol round of the second map here. MVP Project, they are trailing by one map. They lost the first one to Signature in overtime on their map pick. And Signature, they got 8 rounds, the lead, the 1-round lead they have. And MVP Project, they're taking this very slow. They got a 1 smoke on and a couple of flashes in HSK. And he's lurking over near the B side. Probably trying to send the fake perhaps. But Thor doesn't give a damn. He's going to open things up over in the... over near Ivy, if I'm not mistaken, taking down a man. That's going to be the man advantage early on here for... make that a 2-man advantage for Signature early on, as HSK is going to fall to Secret as well. Long distance duel and him coming out on top with the CZ. And Rinda with the Glock. He's all alone. He's trying to create a distraction as much as he can while the remaining 2 members of his come into Ivy. I think he's going to get the 1 kill. Tor, though. Tor and QQ got 2 quick headshots. Last one left left going to be Zine, and he's going to get his face annihilated by Tor. And there you have it. Signature win the pistol round with ease. Just losing 1 man in the process. 9-7 to the Thais.
Yeah, and that's a second pistol round in their bag. No bomb planted for the terrorist. Yeah. Well, I hate to call it a day early, but it doesn't look promising for MVP. Saying that, though, I would really, as you already mentioned as well, I would never count on any team at this stage. They know what's at stake. They know the LAN qualifiers are at stake, and they want to make it there. Desperately.
Wow. That complete shutdown coming out from Signature and Outiyard. I think, of course, it was pretty much a full eco round coming from MVP Project. Yeah. The thing is, they didn't get the bomb down either of the first 2 rounds, so they might have to go for a double eco here. That should extend Signature's lead by 1 more round. Or no, they're going to force it up here. This is a very curious decision indeed for the Koreans.
They have 4 Galeers, but they could catch Signature off guard. 2 Max 7s, an MP9, and a Scout on Tor.
Not a single smoke. Not a single smoke for the team. This is...
yeah, that's actually the counterpart. It's gonna be really interesting, that's the least. Well, so Cigarette was about to push their backs, but he pulled back now. And the CT's finding some action in Ivy, having Madness with his tiny MP9 tucked in the corner. The terrorists are about to build up some strategy.
You and your insinuations, Dabu.
Well,
But,
that was
meanwhile-
basically your brain. I just said it.
Yeah, I got a dirty mind. That's fine. Everyone in Asia knows my casting. Like, I have a pretty dirty mind. But meanwhile, like you said, the fact that MVP Project have the rifles is going to be a surprise for Signature because they just have.
Oh, that shot team kill. That's definitely working in favor of the terrorist. He was about to kill the guy, but now it's Sign just holding down. QQ has to burst out into death.
That was a nice shot, though. It was a nice headshot with the scout, just the wrong man. And like you said, the fact that they have the rifles, and you bear this in mind, they just had a few flashbangs. Didn't have a Molotov, didn't have the smoke, just the Galils and Signature. Not quite expecting an early buy coming out from MVP Project, considering the fact they didn't get the bomb down either of the first 2 rounds. So, Signature, the fact that they were caught just with the scout and SMGs and the Mag 7 is gonna come and bite them in the butt. And Zephyr spotted out the man. He's gonna win the duel as well. Then MVP Project, they get closer here. And they didn't lose a single man as well. So great round for them. And Signature, they can go for the buy. That's the thing. They can go for a pretty decent buy. $5,000 in 3 men.
Yeah, it leaves me speechless again. It grows on me, the agency has seen, and that's not meant in a bad way. It's I like to be surprised, and that's definitely happening quite a lot today. It happened the same in the previous games as well, with Immunity losing a map, for example. That was unexpected. So
I'm not surprised. I mean, we've seen it happen again and again. Like, you see teams like, you see the top tier team in Asia right now, right? Like, everyone knows Kairu now. They're pretty much famous. Then you have Cyberzen, the team with Savage and TB. They're the second best team in Asia as well, just right behind Tyloo. And Tyloo literally just curb stomped Immunity, if I'm not mistaken, or was it Legacy, who had come for the DreamHack Malmo qualifiers. They had come down to Singapore to play the qualifiers. They stomped them, completely destroyed them. And then we saw a team like Mongols basically, like I said, destroy the Renegades on LAN as well. And if the best teams in Asia can completely dominate the Australian teams, like, the tier 2 teams in Asia aren't that far behind as well. Like I said, Inchking aren't the best team in Asia, not at all, but they're like maybe top 10, top 8, top 7, or somewhere around there. And the fact they took a map of Immunity, I mean, that just goes to show there are a lot of potential teams in the region. Just the thing is, they still need to work on
the patience, the strategy, the discipline.
Absolutely. Some of the more well-ingrained aspects of Counter-Strike, which is well-known in EU and even to NA to a certain degree. And that's something that many of the Southeast Asian teams, they need to figure out. And that's one thing that Tyloo have kind of figured out, which is why they are a legitimate threat right now. And the rest of the teams aren't far behind. But while we're rambling away, Signature are back. And Argency, the last one left alive.
Yeah, and Tor is picking up kills not only with the Scout against his teammates, but also with the Galil against enemies. And before that, he was on fire with the Orb, so he's doing good. He's doing more than good, more than well. And Signature make it 11-8 though, so it's 1 round for the terrorists. And the CTs are right back again, almost eliminating the terrorists. So it leaves Argency alive with quite a lot of stuff. And he can drop for his teammates.
Yep. And there's still gonna be.
He didn't.
There's still gonna be sticking with the Scout on tour, and see what they're gonna try here. The Koreans are taking it very slow, and if you look at what Cigarette's playing, very aggressively over in lower ramp, and he is very close by to pop lock. He can rotate really quickly if needs be, but he's slowly going to fall back, playing it safe, as the Koreans are going to come careening out of pop dog by the looks of things.
What comes screaming out of pop dog?
The Koreans. and they're playing it very passively. Signature. They're playing it way the back of A side. They have a man that is, I think that's a Madness watching IV as well, and now they have another man that is Gigs rotating out to the outer yard. So if the Koreans go for this play, they're going to be facing a wall of very angry ties here.
Let's find out, though. The CTs still curiously awaiting that push, and now that timing again. It will slow down the terrorists. They didn't get spotted, however. And the CTs still able to, or well, not really able to tell where the terrorists are coming from. And Giggs is pulling further into the B bomb site, which makes this rotation slightly slower. That gives the terrorists a chance to plant the bomb. QQ barely gets a frag. The bomb still gets planted. HSK faces down as well. But Sign is pulling it back for the terrorists. 3v3 now. Zefak somehow stayed alive in this exchange with 3 HP. Now Argency is behind the E-box. The CT is pushing him, but he angles around quite well. Shoots him in the face. Giggs is down. 2v3. Cigarette is pulling it back again. This is going back and forth all the time. The CTs with a good crossfire, and Cigarette and QQ are making it happen for Signature. MVP were taking their time on that strategy. It looked quite promising, but Cigarette and QQ with a 2k each.
They almost had it. Zine bringing them back from the brink of disaster. It was 5-3 at a point. Zine got a double kill. It was a 3v3 and then a 3v2. And unnecessary peaks once again coming out from Argency. He was an E-box and it was a 3v2 scenario. The bomb was taking away and he had no business peeking. They should have set up the crossfires over there. And if they're going to peek, just peek together instead of going for one by one. And once again, like I said, lack of discipline coming out from MVP Project. Very surprising. They really had that round in the bag, if you ask me. But that's going to enable Signature to extend the lead by 4 more rounds here.
Yeah, now they're angry. Look at them, just running out into the courtyard. Madness is making it a 4v4 again. But I expected everyone to shine in, and there is Giggs going down. Missing that shot was really bad for him. QQ running into some trouble as well. He's being outflanked, and Cigarette is alone against the rest of the squad. He figures, well, I can just run through the smoke.
Wow, okay.
Some weird plays sometimes, but generally speaking, I think it's confidence versus sometimes overconfidence, and then calculated aggression against the anger inside.
Absolutely, and I really like what MVP Project did there. They're like, all right, you know what? All right, you guys are the favorite teams. You guys got the aim. We're gonna take the duel with you, and that was a really nice. I wouldn't call it an execute per se, but some nice trades coming out and just forcing Signature back. And look at Zafak opening things up, takes on Tor, and there's a man playing very close by Cigarette. It's gonna get face smashed in. And that's going to leave the last 3 men left alive. It's of course an eco round from Signature, but that's going to enable MVP Project to hopefully pretty comfortably reduce the gap between the two teams and make it to 10 rounds for them.
Yeah, the CTs will be able to force it up next round though, but it will be a very weak buy, so maybe they can even go or will go for a double save. I don't actually know. It's hard to tell. Oh, QQ! He's smashing in some faces there. HSK just barely stayed alive.
Yep, and money's looking good for MVP Project right now, and for Signature, yep. The one op coming out, Giggs with the Swag 7. I'd like to see some aggression coming out from Signature onto Pop Dog. That'd be interesting. Yeah,
they don't have the equipment to repel an execution by Project, so they really need to take it in their own hands, and Tor is already opting to go for some peeks in Ivy, and he's actually going as far out as the terrorist spawn alley. There is the first one going down, and it seems like my ping is a little weird as well now, because he definitely shot before the crack happened. Giggs gets taken out though. Retaliation has been served, cold and dirty. HSK with a kill. Sign is still in Ivy.
And they have the man advantage barely, because Rinda, like I said, I mean, he's bleeding out of his ass at the moment. 7 points of health is all he has. And Zion is going to find Madness as well. And, well, what is this? They might just pull it off here. 12-11 could be the scoreline, and as long as they don't overpeak like they've been doing again and again. The bomb is planted yet. Finally, the bomb's going to get planted. Argency going to get the bomb down, covered by his teammates, and it looks like... Yep, Signature's just gonna try and hold on to their guns here. They have too much at stake. The AWP on tour, and QQ got with the M4A4. They're just gonna try and save it. Maybe QQ got might be going for some exits here, but he really shouldn't at the moment, because MVP Project, they're pretty comfortable with money as well. They should be able to easily buy up even if they lose a couple of members. And QQ got on the other hand, and his team, they don't really have that much money. So just hold on to your guns and try and fight another day, or rather another round. As MVP Project are now just going to be one round shy rather, of Signature's score of 12.
Yeah, and now they pick up the pressure. They put it onto Signature. And you can see that even though they handled it quite well at the start of the game, it doesn't look as well anymore. They let rounds slip, they let cover fall, and MVP is doing better and better by the second. It's definitely some momentum turning back and forth. And we have Signature on that, well, upgraded pistols on the guys that don't have a weapon yet. And QQ and Tor have to pull it off. I don't know if the force buy was the right decision, because the lack of equipment made it so much easier for the terrorists to just push through.
Yep. And see what they're gonna try here. They do have a they do have the superior weaponry advantage to MVP Project, and Zafak and Zine gonna team up and get 2 quick kills, and that's gonna leave people got low in the corner. Argent just comes running around the corner and is gonna destroy his face. Instant brain surgery with AK-47. Zine's gonna find another kill, and it's gonna leave Cigarette all alone as MVP Project. Would you believe it? They've tied things up.
I really didn't see that one coming, but I said it at the start of this half. I would not be surprised to be surprised. So yeah, it's like my predictions. I usually say I expect Team A to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if the other team wins. So yeah, you know, it's always being right.
Right now, looking at how closely contested this is, I'm really don't mind seeing a third map. This would be really, really cool. As MVP Project, they have really surprised me. I really thought Signature had it in the bag, like in the first half, looking at how things were panning out. But their T side, Signature don't seem to have an answer here. As Cigarette, last man, is not going to be left standing. He's going to get taken down as well. Scores a tie, 12-12. MVP Project, they have all the weapons saved as well. The money is looking absolutely phenomenal. It's almost like the economy of South Korea blooming. And for Signature, well, what are they going to do now?
I don't know. I'm just trying to recount the rounds and how they went, and it really wasn't the execution so strong for MVP, it was their trading was so strong. And the one round Signature won, it was the almost ace.
Absolutely, yeah. And that came down to the massive individual play as well.
Yeah.
And right now, the Signature, they're playing pretty aggressively in outer yard. I like that. They're ensuring even if the smokes do come in, they are, you know, much more closer to the choke points, and they might be able to shut down MVP Project before they're able to come out from Pop Dog
or at least slow them down.
Or at least slow them down. But the fact that the inner side is just being held by Cigarette is kind of little risky. I'm not a big fan of just a one-man hold in the inner bomb site, because I think there's only one player in CSGO who's kind of figured out how to play the inner bomb site alone, and that is Taz from Virtus Pro. Apart from him, like, you know, just one player holding the inner bomb site is a very risky thing. But it might actually work out, because they have, looks like they're going to be going for this outer take, and that's already drawn out 2 members of Signature into the inner bomb site. That's going to be taking Cigarette. And here we go, a charge coming out from the Korean to the outer bomb site.
Trade for trade, 4v3, Tor down on low HP, and Sing will dispose of QQ. Giggs trying to find somebody through the smoke, almost running out of bullets. Rinder with the headshot, and no trade coming in for the CTs. Finally a man advantage, and a second man, and the third man. MVP will turn this into their own lead. 13-12, thanks to 5 rounds in a row. I don't know, Signature could pull a timeout, right?
They should at this time, because it's slipping away from them. Clinical execution coming out from MVP Project, and Signature are just not able to reply back to this suddenly resurgent MVP Project side. They look at it down and out, and all of a sudden they're just finding their stride. And the Koreans are really surprising me, because I'll be very honest, no one is expecting anything from MVP Project. They are, I would say, you know, at the bottom of the top 10 teams in Asia, and Signature are right now in my rankings in Southeast Asia. I think they're perhaps one of the best, better than Threats, better than MVP Carnal, for example, the better known teams. And the fact that MVP Project are just duking it out against Signature, that bodes very well for South Korean Counter-Strike. I'm impressed right now. But Signature losing on their map pick, that is something very, very surprising. And look at the buy coming out from them. They do have the max money bonus in effect, and they're just going to be going for the light buy. A few guys with Kevlar, a Scout, a couple of pistols coming out, CZs, a Deagle at P250. And what are they trying to do?
no special play by Signature, so we don't see that MVP. Surprise! Surprise! It's Madness! Woohoo! Triple kill for him, assisted by one of the T's. I was about to elaborate on how they don't go for special plays and how they don't have a max 7 or something like that, but that was utterly destroyed by Madness. 13-13, Signature's back with a bang, and they save a lot of weapons, a lot of stuff gets turned into their own, and I don't know what's going wrong in those rounds. It's, again, we go for a choke point where it's easy for the saving team to pick up frags.
But a P250 face-to-face with 3 AKs, if I'm not mistaken, or I think an AWP and 2 AKs, and he just gets all 3 of them. That is absolute madness by Madness, and Signature just like that on a Nico round with Madness with a P250, just bring it back, and it's going to be 30 minutes. Tor opens things up with all practice.
Second one.
Here. Going for the 30, he's going to get it. No, he's not. Giggs is going to take him down, but Signature, they have woken up, and Madness just like, alright boys, you know what, I'm going to take matters into my own hands, and I think Tor's like, alright man, alright, let's do this, and here they go.
And that's exactly what everyone means when they say it's a momentum-based game or a momentum-based team. They win that one round they weren't supposed to win, and after that, somebody is shutting them down completely. They just have to keep their momentum going right now because there's still 1 minute on the clock, and MVP is far from out of this round.
Absolutely.
They still have a chance here.
Absolutely. Like, I think the term momentum has been a word that's been used out of context many times. Everyone's like, it's a momentum-based side, momentum-based game, whatnot. But it's a very valid point. Like when you're able to pull off something out of nowhere, like what Madness did the previous round, it kind of inspires the team, and you're able to pull off something even more crazy. And here they come charging to the side. Cigarette lurking in the corner. He finds one, takes on Rinda to 1 point of health again, and Cuckoo got to put him out of his misery. How many rounds have we seen people with 1 point of health?
I don't know. Too many, probably. But 14-13 nonetheless. And, well, in Unreal Tournament, when you hop somebody on the head, it does 1 damage.
Oh, yeah.
It would be so cool to have that in Go. And I'm not even kidding. Usually I say stuff like that and then I say, well, please don't listen to me. But this time around, it would be funny if you could hop somebody on the head and crush him. Not if it's team boosting, of course. But let's see if MVP can boost themselves back up again. They definitely need to string those rounds together, because otherwise they could lose this game. It's only 2 rounds for Signature.
It would be heartbreak for MVP to lose this after such a 1-1 comeback. And they still have the money to go for the very comfortable full buy. A couple of guys pushing up into Ivy. That's going to be Zine and Zefak. And the AWP on Zefak trying to get lucky over an Ivy. He's got the angle. But it's going to be, I think that's Madness. And Madness is not going to show himself. And Tor, though, this guy has been lurking like the god of death out in the outer bomb side. Give this man an AWP and he can just go ham with it. And MVP Carnal, taking it slow again. The slow, patient play that has been working out for them for quite a long time. And meanwhile, over an Ivy, Zine is going to catch out Madness. Going to be completely blinded, though, as QQ God is going to get the refrag. And, Zefak not able to land a shot. And there's going to be a 1-for-1 trade.
That was a cheeky shoulder peek by QQ, just to see if there is anyone else over there. And Zefak gave away his position. So now the CTs know the AWP player, or at least one more player, is at Ivy, while Tor is picking off HSK inside the A-bomb side. Rinda and Zefak rack up 2 more frags. Another quick trade, 2v2. Zefak on 19 HP. Argency tries to find a place to plant the bomb, but finally gets himself in there. But Gig is already around there. Oh, how did he get that? Turning bullets around the corners, and Zefak retaliates, makes it a 1v1 again. Cigarette knows exactly where Zefak is.
And Zefak does as well. This is the Wild West here, the showdown coming down. Zefak, he's got a scope train. He's got to make the play. Cigarette, oh, he lands the shot. He legs him.
He hits it. Oh my god, this game is insane, and Signature makes it 15-13. Really. If anyone watches, the WCA main tournament, I hope that one of us or both of us will be there to tell people the story of how Signature got themselves to the LAN. Because this match should not be forgotten.
jumping shot as well, the jumping AK shot, and the MVP project, man, heartbreak for them. But they still have 2 rounds. They can still take this to overtime. It's not over yet. They have the money, they have the resources. But Signature, they've tasted the blood in the water, and just like sharks, they're just gathering in for the kill here. Look at Secret going really aggressive over in lower ramp. But it's not going to see anyone. And MVP project once again taking it slow, and I think he's heard out HSK jumping around, making some noise in the inner, like near brown halls near the stairs. So they're just holding the angle here. And, finally he's gonna fall back. And the nade, not gonna do any damage. But wow, what a round, man. Like, both of them knew where each other was, and jeez. I'm almost swearing here because it's just at the tip of my tongue, the F word. Like, what the hell, man?
And the terrorists are bunching up in Pop Dog, of course. Zafak is just waiting there, and he's gonna be picked off by Tor. Looks very good for the CTs for now, but we already saw MVP pull those rounds back again and again, and the 2 ops will not leave the CTs, well, too much space, you know? If they lose the bomb site, they have to retake with 2 ops. It's gonna be really dangerous. Rindy disposes of one of those ops. CTs burst out of the positions. Rindy with a second frag, turning it into man advantage. QQ comes back with his own spray around the bomb site. Gig puts down 1, making it a 3v2 again. It's going back and forth again and again. Sign and HSK together. They will put it into 2v2. The bomb is still dropped. They have to find the AWP player. Cigarette is down, and that makes it a QQ against HSK and Sign. Oh, there goes it.
Jesus.
1v1 turned upside down by HSK. MVP stay alive to fight another round, and Signature calls for the pause in the last possible round.
This game just keeps giving and giving, and look at the money on the Thai team.
It's not good.
It's definitely not good. And Tor, he's got the op now. I mean, he's got to make this happen. They're just going to place that entire weight saying, all right, Tor, here's your gun. Close it out. Just close it out, because MVP project. Those trades are so good. Such good trades. And almost double peaking every single person they're facing off against. And that's great play from the Koreans. And great composure from them, trying to claw back into this game. And just one more round is all they need to take it to overtime. And for Signature, they just want to close this out. They did not want to take it to overtime. They don't want to see map number 3. They just want to close it out. And one more round is all they have. And all their hopes and aspirations and dreams, for now, at least, rest in the hands of Tor, who has been phenomenal with the op.
Yeah, the thing is that they usually used him in Ivy. So they pushed out there with Tor and 1 guy to support him. But that move will be expected. They already adjusted themselves to that, so they can't really use it anymore. So he kind of has to stay defensive, but at the same time staying defensive will give the terrorists the time and the room to get ready for a good execution, smoke him off. So what is he supposed to do? Just simply run somewhere?
And here's a small little tidbit of fact. Our admin, Sunbi, as you can see over here, he's the ex-manager of MVP Project. So I wonder how he's feeling right now.
He's probably sweating blood and tears.
You're a brutal man, Dabu. Blood and tears indeed. But here we go. It's all down to Tor here, and he's going to come up massive with a big green gun of his. Because the rest of his teammates there just have 3 CZs, the Max 7 on Cigarette.
Yeah, scare tactics by Tor now. And Cigarette misses that one possible frag that he could have gotten. He could have gotten the CTs into the driving seat. Now the B bomb set has been attacked for the first time ever. Or, well, I don't know, but it seems like forever. Oh, Giggs has one of them covered. Tor unzooms, but QQ steps up. QQ with a second. It's a 4v2. The bomb is not dropped. Tor is there. Sign is on his own, and he's going to be picked off as well. 2 kills for Tor, 2 for QQ. They will make it happen for Signature. What a game. What a matchup. 2-0 in favor of the Thai team.
Wow, I mean, in the end, just with the CZs and the Max 7, they somehow make it happen. And MVP Project, in the last round, they finally like, all right, guys, let's go B. And the fact they didn't check upper ramp, I mean, they should have checked upper ramp. There was Giggs just lurking there with a CZ, kind of shutting it down, not able to get the bomb down. GG, well played, being called. And there you have it, guys. We have the other two finalists for the LAN event. It's going to be Signature from Thailand going in, but not without a valiant, and I'll tell you, a valiant effort coming out from MVP Project.
Yeah.
Considering that Signature are right now one of the strongest teams in Asia around at the moment right now. So great game. Absolutely stellar game, and it's going to be, of course, MVP Karnal, the other MVP going through, and Signature from Thailand also going to be making it to the finals.
They are going to join Immunity and the Mongols that also qualified on Sunday, and the rest of the teams is gonna be. Give me a second.
I think Cyberson and Tyloo are there.
Yeah, but there must be 4 more.
I think it's 8 teams, or if it's 8 teams, then it'll be 4 Chinese teams, I guess.
I guess so too, but they are not disclosed yet, I believe. But we are going to keep you updated, of course, on our Twitter accounts that you can use over there. Just click somewhere and follow us on Twitter. It would be appreciated. So, thank you, Blay, for co-casting. It has been such a pleasure.
It was an absolute pleasure myself. I mean, it's a little bit last-minute notice like you gave me, but no regrets. Absolutely great games. Pleasure casting with you. And like I said, some of these games just go down to the wire. It's even more exciting than some of the EU games we watch. Although, yes, it might be a little ugly at times, like some of the mistakes we saw.
Well, but, you've never seen German CS then.
Once upon a time, it was, when mouse sports ruled the world back in 2007 and 8. It was something special.
Yeah, but then again, Gobi didn't have to move to America because he got so much flack from the German community.
Well. Yeah. Well, there you have it. I mean, absolute pleasure casting with you. Thank you for having me here. I mean, even the audience, I think about almost 3,000 guys watching the game.
Awesome.
Heartbreak for the Koreans, but the Signature guys, they pulled through with some steel in their play there. 16-14, and the first map, of course, in overtime. But yeah, what a great series of games we've had today.
So yeah, thank you out there for tuning in and making this happen. Thanks to the World Cyber Arena for hosting this qualifier, of course, and getting us on board. And last but not least, thanks to the players, I believe, for putting up a show like that. It's really a pleasure to cast those games. I hope you enjoyed it out there. Make sure to follow this channel, follow me on Twitter, follow Blay, and yeah, I said it all. So thanks, and see you soon.
Cheers.